On the New England coastline, surrounding the busiest port in Massachusetts, is one of America's oldest cities, Boston. With its rich revolutionary history, it has become known as the Cradle of Liberty. But one monument here epitomizes modern democracy in action.
And it has a beautiful brick front and is capped by a gold dome. And it is one of the earliest and most pristine examples of federal architecture in the nation.
Built in 1798, this is the Massachusetts State House. It's home to both the governor's office and the legislative chambers. But as tour guide Mark Linehan can attest, this polished pillar of politics was once at the center of an unusual abduction.
This majestic building found itself embroiled in a crisis that brought government to a standstill.
What embarrassing stunt left the State House reeling and prompted an unprecedented manhunt? April 26, 1933, Boston. The day's legislative sessions are at an end when a reporter working the late shift in the State House press room answers an unexpected call.
And on the other end, the voice tells him there's something missing from the State House, and then abruptly hangs up.
The startled journalist takes the bait and notifies security. And when the guard enters the House of Representatives chamber, he makes a shocking discovery.
Something very important is indeed missing. The sacred cod.
The sacred cod is a 5-foot-long wood carving of a codfish that has hung in the House of Representatives since 1798 as an unofficial good luck charm.
The sacred cod is representative of Boston's cod fishing industry, which is symbolic of our early prosperity and our success as a colony.
With this emblem of civic pride missing, the State House is locked down and the police are summoned.
The three questions police have right off the bat is who took it, why did they take it, but also how did they take it with no one noticing?
Angling for a lead, detectives investigate the fishy situation, but can't seem to catch a break. Then, 2 days later, a Harvard campus policeman named Charles Apted receives a mysterious phone call.
The voice tells him that if he wants the sacred cod back, he's got to drive to a park about 7 miles southwest of the center of town and to look for a car with no license plate.
In hopes of netting the crafty codnappers, Apted takes the bait. He speeds off to the park, where he indeed spots a car with no license plate.
But before he can even get out of his car to investigate, the car takes off, and Charles Apted immediately gives chase.
Believing he has his suspects on the hook, the policeman tails the mysterious vehicle for 20 minutes.
Charles Apted is able to overtake them and force them to stop.
As Apted leaps from his car, he sees 2 men get out of the other vehicle.
Their collars are upturned and their hats are pulled down, and they throw the sacred cod into his arms, and before he can react, they jump back into their car and take off.
Although the thieves get away, Apted is able to return the sacred cod to the Massachusetts State House. But the question remains, who were the codnappers? And why do they swipe the cherished symbol? A group of undergraduates thinks they know the answer. They believe the stunt might be the work of the famous college humor publication, the Harvard Lampoon. And when police investigate further, they discover that staff at the State House had seen 2 young men roaming inside the building on the day of the theft.
One of them was carrying this oversized flower box that had lilies sticking out of one end.
Detectives theorized that these young men were in fact Lampoon writers who broke into the chambers, clipped the wires of the sacred cod, and stowed their catch in the oversized flower box. Under questioning, however, the Lampoon writers are not forthcoming.
Hefty jail time. I'm talking a couple of years, man.
The police threaten them with fines, with jail time, but no matter what they try, the students are tight-lipped. And the police never end up having enough evidence in order to prosecute anybody for the crime of stealing the sacred cod.
But while the young comedians never own up to the stunt, they go on to pull off many other notorious pranks and eventually found the world-renowned National Lampoon. As for the sacred cod, it's rehung in its original spot, but with one distinction.
They raise it about 6 inches, so now it's inaccessible except by a stepladder.
To this day, the sacred cod has remained mercifully unmolested at the Massachusetts State House, suspended as a reminder of a fishy theft that helped spawn a comical legend.